Hi, Eric here from Socially Awkward Studios and Her Majesty's Secret Podcast. We hope you're going to enjoy this Four-Eyed Radio presentation. For more shows and podcasts, visit foureyedradio.com. While you're at it, why don't you visit hermajestiespod.com/contest and enter the 007 Holiday Returns Contest. That's right, we all get presents we just don't want. We want to take them back. Well, that happens with movies too. And there's always something you want to take back from a Bond movie. Just one little thing that you would change if you could. Tell us all about it and win some fabulous 007 prizes right from the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Go to hermajestiespod.com/contest for all the details. Hey there, Eric here from Socially Awkward Studios, and this Four-Eyed Radio presentation is being proudly brought to you by Raven Designs, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit ravencruise.com.
Oh, man, minute by minute.
What is that? Little blue-eyed soul? What is he? The blue-eyed soul man, I believe.
Sure, why not? I mean, I can call him that.
Sweet Blue Eyes, Michael McDonald.
I think old Blue Eyes is Frank Sinatra.
Old Blue Eyes, yeah.
Mikey McDiesel, though.
Sweet baritone of the 70s and took that talent into the 80s.
Unreal. And the 90s.
Well, he messed around in the 90s. He's still relevant today. Shit.
Yeah, we just opened the podcast with him.
That is
That's terrific.
Doobie Brothers cone, Michael McDonald. Michael McDonald really elevated the group there, actually.
Absolutely.
I feel like it took them from they weren't really a jam band. They were trying to do some rock and roll stuff, maybe
country rock, and then
Mikey Mack came in and said, "Hey."
And I think it was a situation where like some of the band members didn't want to go that route, but the people want what the people want. And when Mikey Mack came in and they heard that voice, they were like, "All right, I mean, this isn't what we were doing before, but people are loving it." They thought he was a black man. A lot of people did on the because he was getting played on soul radio stations and stuff, and a lot of people.
Oh, that voice is soul.
Yeah, so I hear a lot of people. I wasn't there. I'm not that old. I'm only 30. But I hear they'd go to those shows, and some people were expecting.
A couple episodes ago.
I'm still 23. We're expecting to see a black man on stage, and Mikey McD comes out.
Michael McDonald was, and still is, one hell of a model American. I hear if you put, what's it called, a stenograph on Michael McDonald's nipple, it plays Beach Boys' Pet Sounds.
I think you've said that before. But
yeah.
Yeah, about like I think he said that about like Darnay Scott.
I feel like I said it about Michael McDonald because I only say it about one person.
First of all, Darnay Scott also.
Maybe, yeah, that's an interesting person
like
for me to have said that about. Yeah.
Let's dive into Darnay Scott. I actually remember where I was when he got injured in practice.
This is John digressing. How do we get from Michael McDonald to Darnay Scott?
I'm not sure, but I remember where I was.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was a weird moment. It was in the car. It's good, man. It's real good.
This is if there was a meme for this moment, it would be
minute by minute.
Cool story, bro.
Well, I thought it was.
Cool story, bro. Yeah, Michael McDonald was that he was cutting up lead vocals for the Doobie Brothers. Fun story. Last night I was actually at a reincarnation of the Match Game, which is a popular what's it called? A
game show?
Game show, yes, in the 70s. And I reincarnated Michael McDonald, so we felt that was appropriate to.
Any excuse to play Michael McDonald is a good excuse. You don't need an excuse.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's great. The voice is everywhere. Best surprise in music is when you think that it's going to be Warren G. Regulators, and it actually ends up being Michael McDonald. Keep forgetting.
Time out there.
You know the one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
But either way, minute by minute, Doobie Brothers. Welcome to the Brothers Turner, episode 26.
26.
Clinton Portis.
Clinton Portis. Wow. Isn't he didn't he used to wear like
Crazy
funny
stuff.
shit for the post game or like, not post game,
every
like
weekly
Wednesday.
interview.
You wore that Wednesday interview?
Yeah. Clinton Portis, a little bit of a firecracker. Career bit stunted by some injuries there on the back end. Hell of a ball player.
Yeah, he was strong. When he was
Hell of a ball
when
player.
he was strong, he was good, dude.
Name that college.
Clinton Portis went to the U.
Yeah, he did. He was a what Stephen A. Smith would call a bad boy.
He's a bad boy.
He's a bad boy, Skip
He
Bayless.
was. 26. I'm trying to think of another 26. There's some good ones out there. Peyton Hillis.
Peyton Hillis, yeah. Shannon Brown in his son's years
Shannon Brown
was
wow.
number 26.
26. That's ridiculous.
26, not a lot. Probably a pretty. I bet there's a good DB or two,
yeah.
but I can't think of one.
Neither can I.
26 is a weird number. Let's be honest.
Good age, though.
It is a good age. It's also my birthday number, and so I bet it on. It's the day of my birth, the 26th.
The 26th of November.
And
coming up, man. Don't think I forgot. People don't forget, dude.
And I always bet it in roulette. It's a weird number, though. I agree. I understand that the 26 is just. It doesn't mean anything, really.
It's a black or red number.
It is a black number.
Do you bet black and then bet even as well? Just to
No.
go all in on 26?
No, I bet mainly black numbers, though, and then I have a couple of reds that I do. I've got a very strategic plan. If we're talking roulette strategy, we can go into it. I try to cover at least a third of the board, but also almost touch half. Now, mainly to kind of spread my odd and wedge my bets.
Right.
Hedge my bets, I should say. And but man, when I'm hitting my numbers, your boy is killing it. Main numbers, my two main numbers are Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant. 23, 35, also right next to each other on the board. I'm going to hit 4 quite a bit. 11, 22, 33, 00, hit all the doubles.
Is this a Mikey Kimmy approach? Because I remember
This is me. I taught Mikey everything he knows.
Really?
Oh, I'm the roulette guy.
I vaguely remember last time we were home at the Horseshoe Casino in Cincinnati, and Mikey was betting basketball players.
Well, that's just things to do. Yeah, you always, numbers.
Or betting numbers, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I go
And I
Eric
remember every time you were
Montross.
playing roulette, I sit there. and
Yeah,
I see
Eric
you bet.
Montross, Barry Larkin,
Eric
Emmett Smith,
Montross.
Scottie Pippen.
14?
00.
00, Eric Montross.
UNC.
Wow. Timeout, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Timeout.
But Red 14, Pete Rose, is also on the board. And, I
Red
like-
19 is also on the board. Jared
Yeah.
Votto. But that number is injured.
That number is hurting. But that's the roulette strategy. I also play blackjack, and I've been learning my craps quite a bit.
Not sure how we got here.
Not
But,
sure how we got here either. Just talking numbers. Episode 26. So yeah, what's going on this week? We've had since we've last spoken to you all and been in your eardrums. I believe Halloween has occurred.
Halloween was great. Did you have a good time?
I had the time.
You had a time?
I don't remember much.
We'll have ourselves a time, and we'll dance the morning sun.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I had a good time. It was Halloween is not my favorite holiday. I'm not gonna lie.
High stress.
High stress, a lot of pressure on that night, and then just
Well, you're in a situation too.
Yeah.
You've got a relationship.
in a relationship, right?
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's dynamic.
It is. It's a different dynamic. It's just another night when it's Halloween, but then there's this pressure that the costume's got to be good and all this. And the costume was good. And I give credit to Carolina. She bought me a mullet and made the wig into, we went as John Travolta and Uma Thurman from Pulp Fiction, and she made the whole wig into what it looked like, and it looked pretty damn good.
I'll tell you what, I saw you that night mainly because we drank all night together. Real good. Real good stuff. I thought she really brought it. I know you had nothing to do with the creation of it.
Yeah, but I put
I'm
it
proud
on
of
and
her.
wore it pretty well, didn't I?
You owned it.
Yeah.
A lot of people were coming up to you. Hey, great costume. Really proud of what you did. How much did you really do?
I didn't do much at all. But
it turned out really well.
yeah, it was fun. And then Mark and Elena were back in town. Carolina's best friend Elena and her fiance Mark, who's a good friend of ours as well. They're
Tag
both
team.
good friends. Tag team, dude. Great.
Elena, Mark's girlfriend, fiance,
Yeah,
I
she
should
went
say.
as,
She had Tomb Raider.
Yeah, Laura Croft.
She crushed it.
Yeah,
as Tomb
she
Raider.
really, I thought that she engaged it. Like, it was
she's
more
not.
that,
Well, Lara Croft isn't blonde, and she is blonde. But if you just
was
close
like
your
a
eyes
blonde
and kind of look past that,
Laura Croft, exactly.
was
The Cradle of
Bla-
Life, the second one.
Lara Croft.
Laura Croft, Elena Croft.
It was really good.
I thought it was well done as well.
One of the best Lara Crofts I've ever seen. I'm a big Tomb Raider fan. You know that about me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember
Who's not a big
PlayStation?
Tomb Raider
We
fan?
owned
So
it.
when I saw her, I was like, that's
First of all,
Lara
to dive
Croft.
into Tomb Raider, you remember playing that all the time?
Yeah, absolutely.
With the
I don't know how many
tigers?
people our age did. I guess a lot of people did.
Are you kidding me?
Because it was one of the first video games that you
Great
could
video game.
you could swim. Remember, you could swim, and it was a chick, and you're kind of looking at her run. Excuse me, I
Yeah.
just sneezed. But this is a live podcast. What are you gonna do? And yeah, man, Lord, that was great. That was a good adventure game because you're trying to solve a puzzle the whole time. And I thought Elena Hunter really, really brought it home with her costume.
I'll tell you what, it puzzled me.
Yeah, I was
Huh?
puzzled. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. That was good. And then your buddy Mark was Clark Griswold, and that's one of those things where it's tough to pull off a character like that from a movie. I'll tell you what, he did it.
Did it well because he's a dad.
You looked at him and you were like, dude, that is Clark fucking Griswold.
Yeah, as soon as you saw him.
He
And I
went
think
with
that- I
the
think he
Christmas
pulled that-
Vacation,
Yes.
Clark Griswold.
I think he pulled that out of his catalog, too, that sweater he had on.
That actually looked like an outfit he would wear with a Christmas hat.
Yeah, without the hat off. Or that he might wear that out anyways. I think he might have been wearing that on the plane, and she
That
was like,
looked
hey,
like
put a hat on.
Tuesday attire.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
the winter. That was good. I went with a recycled. I'm always pretty lazy with the whole approach. I've got a pretty good category to pick from. I've purchased over the years a full penguin suit, a full whale suit,
Right.
and a full, pretty legit Scooby-Doo costume.
And you were
I went with a whale this year.
you're a whale. And remember we met
Killer
those
whale.
we met those girls at the bar who were dressed as Shark
We met
Week.
about 6
There were
sharks.
6 of them, so it was tough to be a week. But
I filled in one of the days. I ended up being Saturday.
I saw that photograph of you, man. You
She's-
look pretty happy.
Well, yeah, and it looks like I was looking at the photograph. 2 of the girls bending over in front of me. Thank God, because I was rock hard.
Oh my God. Thank God. Well, good Lord, you were. I didn't know.
Oh, I was thinking about it when I watched that. Yeah.
Well, the suit was, well, then thank God you're wearing a whale suit because that
It
could
was
have been
felt,
awkward
though.
for everybody. It was
Yeah, I think-
definitely, she was aware.
Yeah.
It's like that song, Next.
It was
Too close.
Yeah.
She was a little too close.
And all that sweet whining and grinding. Oh, no, that's actually Biggie Smalls.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
apologize.
Whoa.
But I couldn't think of what Too Close. How Too Close was. What a bad song.
You must be used to spending.
I just went with R. Kelly's
That is
verse.
a crazy song. No, I
on
think that was.
Biggie Smalls. It
I
was
thought that
definitely
was-
R. Kelly.
Is it? R. Kelly? It's definitely not Next.
It's not Next. And I apologize to R. Kelly for comparing him. Yeah, Halloween was cool. We got drunk as hell. My buddy didn't have anything, so I threw him in a penguin suit. And then you don't realize how gay you look until you're
You
out
guys
there
looked a
together.
little similar.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
we
a
looked a
little
little. We were like
That's
both.
my buddy, man. We're
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
it. We're just a couple of fish out here.
Yeah, he's a penguin. I'm a killer whale.
Yeah, we're
Get
going
it?
to kiss him a little bit.
And then, like, I was drunk enough to say, I'm going to eat him later.
Really?
Well, because I always get into character.
Were you rock hard at this point as well?
I wasn't rock hard at that point, but I'm in character.
Halfway there.
I'm a
Right.
whale. You know, I'm trying to.
Yeah. If you're a bird, I'm a bird. I get it.
And, yeah, they did. It was, you know, what you can do.
I thought your costume was awesome. That was a very boozy Halloween, though.
Crunk.
Yeah, and then we were on cart, one of those. I don't even know. Somebody handed you a megaphone. That was out of control.
Yeah, we
man.
drove through Old Town Scottsdale, and somebody handed me a megaphone. I was screaming. I accused one person of being an overweight Rey Mysterio.
You didn't accuse him. You looked right at him and said, "Hey, overweight."
What are you, an overweight Rey Mysterio? Not for everybody. Yeah, that was Halloween. Halloween's good. I've been in the relationship during Halloween. Very high stress. Usually ends in a. I always like Halloween mainly because things are said at some point. There is a serious conversation to be had,
and
you are
as whatever
dressed as an idiot. That's like one of my favorite things about
true.
Halloween because like. You know, you're talking to people. I remember I saw a couple of my buddies I haven't seen in a while. One of them's a nut, a ball, like a detached scrotal ball.
Really?
Yeah, and
a testicle.
a testicle.
Scrotal ball.
Scrotal.
I don't know, scrotal ball. You could have just said. I think everybody would have followed. Yeah, testy would have been fine.
This guy was a testicle.
Scrotal ball.
And he, you know, I hadn't seen him in like a couple years. No, probably like a year or two. I'd seen him actually since. And then another dude I used to know in college, and you're just like, what's good, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, just did the killer whale.
Yeah. Oh,
what's
you're
up
a
with
ball.
you, though? How's everything going? Oh, you're a testicle? A single stray testicle?
But you're also working where?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like,
how's that insurance job?
Yeah. Do you need another cigarette?
Yeah, or like trying to game down some chicks. Like,
it's rough, dude. Halloween's a rough look.
It's a crazy thing. Because I know you and the girl got a little drunk, and it wasn't like a heated argument, but at one point there were things said because we were trying to figure out where to go.
And she wanted to go to a club, and I don't ever want to go to a club. I wanted to go to a club
none
in
of us
6
wanted
years.
to go to a club.
Nobody wanted to go to a club. Actually, I think we just got dropped off. We got dropped off near a club, and then it became like, are we going in here? And then it was like, I'm not going in there. And she's like, well, let's go in. And then it was a no. And then she was mad. And then I remember, we were, talking it out. And you as a shark are yelling down the alley, hey, what are you guys in character? What's going on? You guys all right? And just not helping the situation at all. And then, as it normally is, I think we got to the lodge and ate a little bit of food, and everybody calmed down.
Yeah.
It gets just high stress, and then you realize, what are we mad about?
Booze.
Yeah, I don't want to go to a club ever.
Halloween's fun though. I like Halloween. Mainly because you just get to be. I love just being in ridiculous costumes and trying to keep really getting into political conversations. I called two people sheeple.
You call them sheeple
while in a whale costume.
You're the sheep, man. You're the problem, dude.
Hey, man. You're the sheeple.
You're a fucking sheep.
All of you. So, those are things I like to do. Lot of, what did I see?
We also got told to be, me and Mark were we went to Carolina's place and we were out on the patio drinking some whiskey. And it was funny. The neighbor, Carolina's neighbor, yells and says, "Hey, can you two please take your conversation inside? Nobody needs to hear that." And we're like, like whiskey drunk, like we're fine, we're not yelling, right?
Yeah.
And then today I was talking to Carolina, and she's like, "You guys were so loud. Like, what? I'm glad nobody said anything." I was like, "Yeah, me too. Glad nobody said
somebody
anything."
said something." Yeah, you guys, you get boozy. You get some.
When you get that much booze, and you can't hear the volume of your voice.
No. You're
not worried about it, that's for sure.
What was your favorite costume that you saw anybody do?
You know what? I don't like. I saw some guy in like a Mad Hatter situation, but he painted. I can't paint my face, dude. That's a dedication that I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm lucky that I got to just wear a suit with a little tie and throw a wig on. It was a pretty easy costume. You know what? It's pretty boozy. I don't remember a lot of costumes that were like totally stand out.
I remember the one that I liked because I laughed at it was I saw one dude and he was creepy Rob Lowe from the commercial.
Really?
That was pretty good.
When you do spot one, like, damn, that's a good costume.
Oh my god, it's just funny because it's topical and it's right now. And creepy Rob Lowe. From what is that? The DirecTV commercials?
Those are good commercials.
Those are good commercials.
Like my cable's out, so I'm gonna
That's
just watch
why
these people down here at the pool swim around.
Yeah. So that was cool. Halloween's over, and then the next day after Halloween was I went to my second ASU game of the year. Arizona State played the Utah Utes.
Yes, they did.
And, yeah, we really did it. I went after it and just approached the game with a business mentality. 8 o'clock kickoff. We started drinking about 4.
Business mentality. This is a business trip. Let's get in and get out.
Yeah.
All business. We started shotgunning beer.
We started drinking about 4 on Mill. Got over to the tailgate. And I'm with a couple buddies that I've known for a while. But, like, I've had season tickets before.
Yeah, let's talk about this. We were talking about this on Saturday. Yeah.
I know what's going on. I know what we're doing. I know what should be done. I've done this before. And you're with these guys. And I think I did a poor job of letting them know. Follow me.
I got you.
Follow me. Yeah.
Get on my back.
Don't quit questioning things. And just fucking follow me. Because the day, it ended up fine. Because when you're among friends, it's always good. But, you know, we took a couple lefts when we should have taken some rights. And we ended up, you know, you got to know your spots before the game. You got to know how to get elevated to that level of drunk you need to be.
You also have to have a game plan. You got to be like, we're going to start here. We might start a couple blocks away from the stadium.
They lack the game plan.
You want to start a couple blocks away from the stadium and move closer as the game gets closer. Am I right?
I mean, there's a whole thing because then you got Mill Avenues right next to the stadium, and then the
Which
tailgating
is very
thing,
dangerous.
It's extremely dangerous. And then the tailgating thing is on the other side. Now, I'm not going to try to act like this isn't an issue that I think about a lot. Tailgating at ASU is not what it should be.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of different. And it's just not, if you know the right spot, you pick your spots, you know where you're going, amazing. Good food, all that booze, all that shit. But
where are the good spots? Where can you get some
It all changed.
I never see.
They just fucking flattened. Lot 59 was the spot, and now they just flattened it. Ooh. 2 years ago, you go to Lot 59, I'm talking about raves, like fucking, all of a sudden you turn the corner and like there's just fucking EDM going on.
Is 59 over by the
crazy.
lake?
Yeah, by the lake. Shit was wild.
Yeah.
And they just fucking took out Paradise and put up a parking lot.
Yeah, wow.
Actually, that wouldn't make sense because a parking lot would still be. They built some buildings there.
Mm-hmm.
So the opposite of a parking lot. But they did take away Paradise. Yeah,
paved Paradise.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you mean. Now, I've only been to one ASU tailgate. Well, I've been to a couple, but the one that we went to the Wisconsin ASU game last year. That was fun. That was a good time.
We did that right.
We did that right. We went to we tailgated the most time. We just by the cars drinking beers, but we had the good stuff. We had a good crew.
Yep,
it's all about.
I had
first
whiskey.
of all, almost all of it always comes down to the company you keep, the people you're with.
Oh, sure.
And so, like you said, you were with some good friends, so you guys had a good time. It's tough to fuck that up. But when you got a different crew, or you got some new guys in the mix, and they're trying to tell you we need to go here because somebody told me this is cool.
Fall in line.
Yeah. They're hitting you with somebody said we got to go here. I'm like, well, that somebody's not here, and I'm telling you, we're going here, and it's going to be amazing.
I know you're from out of town right now, and you want to do some things. Get the fuck in line.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, maybe in different words. That'd be crazy, man. The new guy when you just met him.
Assume Tom Hanks is dead, and I'm Sizemore, and this is Saving Private Ryan. All right, fall in line.
Fall in line. If you don't love thunder, or we will fire on you.
But I did, when we got to tailgate, I'll tell you what I did that I haven't done in about, you know what? I say that it's been 3 or 4 years. I guarantee I've done it at some point that I don't remember. I'm talking about shotgun and beers.
Really?
Really?
I haven't shotgun a beer in, well,
a couple months.
It's been, I honestly, yeah, like you said, there's
probably been something, yeah.
A point where I was like,
because I think we did it at the Bengals game 2 years ago. We definitely did.
Any tailgate, really. The last time I was at a real, you know what? Probably at the ASU Wisconsin game. I probably shotgunned a beer at the ASU Wisconsin game.
I would hope we did. Yeah. That was last year.
Anytime you're at a tailgate, you're like,
I'll tell you what I did this time that I hadn't done. I shotgunned multiple beers. I was shotgunning beers. I was doing probably 3 or 4, maybe.
Really? Did you throw up?
No, because I've approached it differently now. I'm a little better.
3 or 4 beers shotgun.
3. Let's go with 3. And they weren't as cold as, you know what is tough when they're fresh off the ice, and you're just like, what was that? That is cold. That face right after that
Ooh. Or how about your boy who's not finishing the whole beer? And you're watching a lot of it spill out, and you're looking at him like, I'm mad at you, dude, because I finished the whole beer.
I think I do a pretty good job on the whole size. I think the whole size is key because you can't get too big because then all of a sudden it's all over your face.
You know what I've been?
You got to get like maybe a quarter.
I'm very good at it. I'm very good at it. I'm that guy who when you do your first one, your boy looks at you like, you know what, why don't you go ahead and do that because that looks about perfect. And you hand that one off to him and you're like, I got you.
You tilt it down.
Or you're watching somebody approach it in a very not relaxing way and they're about to spill beer on everybody. Stress. And you're like, whoa, dude, what are you doing? You got to create a pocket, an air pocket so you can get that key in there.
Oh, sure.
You can't just slam your key into a beer.
Yeah.
But I remember those days.
You can slam your key into a beer.
You can, but shotgunning beers is a different type of drunk. Would you agree?
I like the fact that you're drinking a beer that you just put the dirtiest key in.
That is
I
true.
think about that every time where I'm like, this is the nastiest key I
own. You put your key in your car every day for the past 3 years, and
you
now
know how many
it's in
times
my
I've
beer?
dropped this on the ground?
Oh, God, that's bad.
Drinking it. Just putting that key in there.
When's the last time you did a beer bong?
That's been a while. That's probably been... shit, man. That's depressing how long that's been, probably.
Yeah, but you don't. At the same time, you're okay with the fact that you haven't done it in years.
I like to do it.
Oh, wow, really?
You know, I used to do... We had some fucking beer bongs, man. We used to have one we used to have on our college house. From the roof, it would go down, and we'd have two of them. And you could get, maybe probably 6 beers in these things.
Jesus Christ.
At least. And, somebody would get up on the roof and hold it down.
See, that's dedication to drinking. That is...
We made that.
We made that, man.
Yeah, man, we made that at a Home Depot or wherever.
But it's a scary dedication to drinking back in those days. And now you just go to a bar and have somebody hand it to you. But those were fun days.
Those are great days. We had the house, man. We did a fucking sand party.
Yeah, you guys were talking about that. Anytime you guys, you know what that is? I missed that because when I came out here on vacation, I left the day before that party, and I remember on my last memory. My last memory is people bringing sand into the house. Like, you guys are out of control. I'm going home, and then I got back, and people. I mean, still to this day, people say, "Were you at that sand party?"
Dude, I still had. That was the type of party where, like, 2 or 3 years later, I remember I was at. Because that was like sophomore year in college. I was still like probably at college for another 2 or 3 years, and like a couple years after that party, somebody was like, "Man, I think you look familiar." And I was like, "Yeah, we used to throw a lot of parties at my place." And he's like, "Dude, did you throw a sand party?" And I was like, "Yeah, we did," which was so stupid but so amazing. And I don't think we ever really got like taxed on that when we moved out. They didn't, somebody else moved in after us.
Yeah,
and nobody said anything.
Isn't that just a blur? That whole fucking... Yeah, it was a blur.
Yeah, that was crazy. The college house. But yes, ASU
went ahead and beat
Utah, who was ranked 17th. We were ranked 14th, and we beat them in overtime. High-stress game. I was actually in the student section. Real rowdy.
Yeah.
Real rowdy.
I'm sure. Do you want to get away from the student section?
You know what? I hadn't done that in fucking a long time, and that was so high energy.
Were you getting some looks though? Like you were too old to be here?
No, I mean there was a lot of old people there, but it is the student. It's just. I guess it's not even the student section. It is the. We're in charge of these chants. Yeah. Like we are in charge of this whole stadium.
Down. Let's get up.
Yeah. Like there's a couple of guys that are running the whole section. You respect them. You look at them. You look at them for guidance. And,
life coach, dude.
Yeah, we were in one corner, and we would scream "Go!" and then the other section would scream "Devils."
Whoa, dude,
and then you got that whole thing going. Oh, it was nuts, dude.
Let's try it here. Go,
Devils!
Exactly like that.
And that was rowdy. So, and we needed all the noise. It was a big game. Their kicker fucked up twice in overtime.
He missed.
He missed it twice.
Up. Yeah, he missed it, and his coach saved him by calling a timeout.
And then he missed it.
And then he missed
the other way.
And he's one of the best kickers in the nation.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought that game would... Yeah, I thought that was going to go on forever because overtime in college...
I was actually feeling bad for you because I was like, I would not want to be there for overtime.
And then, so Arizona State won. and we are now ranked 9th in the nation. And we've got a little school from the Midwest that's coming to visit by the name of Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
And I fucking hate Brian Kelly
Touchdown
still. A little
Jesus,
bit, you know what I mean?
I hate that guy.
And that's going to be beautiful. So but also preface it by saying the last time we were in the top 10 ranking, it didn't turn out too well. We
lose like 5 or 6 straight?
We lost. John David Booty put up like 5 or 6 touchdown passes for USC. Number 7 versus number 11 USC.
I remember that with David Higgins and Reggie Bush.
No, that was years before, and we were ranked like 11th that year. And then they came in with Lendo White and Reggie Bush. It's just been bad. It's usually USC. We've already beat USC.
We're at an age now where we can look back and say that USC team.
That was a
fucking crazy, dude. They were good.
That was a real nice team. Yeah, and that's cool. Actually, I got to see that team.
You were there
in person.
Saw the loss,
and yeah, it was horrible. We were up 21-10 at halftime.
Oh, I remember. I was at Clemson with David Susko and Evan Pearson.
That same week, Texas and Ohio State were playing too. Weren't you at that game?
No. I don't. That was not the same week. No way. That was the same week.
I just remember I was drunk and we had all killed individually. We'd all individually killed a 30 rack.
Jesus Christ. You drank 30 beers before that game?
We didn't sleep. We drank from the night before. It was a 12 o'clock kick.
So you just went?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was the challenge.
That's too much. Man. I mean, did you even...
I think I probably drank about 20-something.
Do you remember the game at all?
Oh, I remember...
Walking in.
I remember kind of, we snuck a couple beers in there, too. It was a shit show. Those days were different times. I remember Reggie Bush flipping on his head.
Yeah.
I remember that because we were in that end zone. I don't remember much of the game. I remember emotionally feeling very invested.
And then feeling very defeated.
And I remember our buddy Adam didn't make it past halftime.
Yeah, he probably had the right idea.
And I'll tell you what, he left at halftime, and I've never forgotten that because the whole game fell apart at halftime. Kind of butterfly effect thing.
You can't leave at halftime, dude. You're staying with me. I don't care if you're sleeping in the stadium.
People don't forget. But that was Saturday, and then Sunday, the Bengals won a high stress game against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Don't you think it's too much stress? The football.
Well, I think football, and I've said this a million times about football. It's a very stressful thing. I love football, but I only love my certain teams. I can't root for that many teams, mainly because it's too stressful.
Very high stress.
And that's why I like baseball.
Baseball's pretty stressful, but I mean,
baseball's
even
very
when the Bengals
relaxing.
Were this week, we played the Jacksonville Jaguars, and at one point it looked like we were beating them. I think 19-3, pretty handily. Looked pretty nice, right? Looked to be going to be an easy W, and then, as we always do, threw an interception and let them back in the game, and then it was a 3-point game in the fourth quarter, and they messed up with a bad kickoff, I think, kicked it out of bounds, and we got at the 40, and the very first play, Jeremy Hill went beast mode for a 60-yard touchdown and his coming out party. He looked great.
Yeah, Jeremy Hill looked real nice, and he's going to be playing again this week against the Browns, which will
tomorrow
be
night.
Tonight, as you listen to this on a Thursday, on Thursday Night Football. And
are you going to come watch it at the bar with me, man?
I'll probably sit at home watching it. I like to be listen to it, and just kind of experience all the emotions.
Effect. That's what I'm saying.
And the Browns is going to be a Thursday game. What are your thoughts on Thursday game?
I don't like it. I don't like the fact that they don't have a lot of time to regroup.
But we also get 11 days after.
That's true, but hopefully if we win, that would be nice to have 11 days off. But if we lose, it's 11 days of just like, I fucking hate everybody. I don't see us losing. But tomorrow, the Browns always play us tough. Every single time, no matter what, they play us tough. And I think it's going to be more of the same.
Yeah, it should be a grimy game. It's in the jungle. Leon Hall's not going to play, but our
Gio's
defensive
not going to play
backs
either.
Yeah, Jeremy Hill will be getting the start again. But our defensive backs have been so nice. Leon being out is not good, but it's not horrible because it gives Dre a day to get back, and it's not like the Browns have a good slot receiver. Well, they got Andrew Hawkins.
They don't have Greg Little.
They do not have Greg Little. Greg Little shots fired.
Did you read? You read that stuff?
He's talking shit. I like Greg Little more and more. Hopefully he doesn't drop any balls.
No, I hope he doesn't either. But I do like that he's fired up about it, and he's saying, Did you read the whole thing about how
he felt disrespected in the hallway?
Yeah, in the hallway, and he didn't like the team, and somebody has to pay.
Yeah, he said something.
He said somebody has to pay.
Things were said.
I like that.
But yeah, I like Bengals' chances on a Thursday night. I think Dalton plays better than Hoyer. I think that's going to be the key. Dalton will be good. AJ's back. Come on.
Having AJ back is so terrific.
Yeah, he only played 30 snaps last week.
He's just got to line up on.
He's playing more this week.
Line up correctly.
Yeah, line up on side. What the hell was that?
You know what? I've never been so mad at him. At one point, I remember Mohamed Sanu catching a pass and be like, "Who's AJ? Who are you, AJ?" In the face of disappointment.
Midpoint in the season MVP, Mohamed Sanu.
Mohamed Sanu for sure. And first of all, I don't care. Let them. They're friends, which is a good thing. But yeah. I love having both of them on the team. AJ and Muhammad are great.
Yeah. Who does people don't want them on the team?
I want them both off the team, dude. I want to trade him for Carl Pickens and Darnay Scott.
Huh. That sounds like a throwback.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, Marty McFly might have to be involved.
How do you know who you're playing in fantasy football this week?
Oh yeah, I'm playing you. That's right. I forgot about that.
I totally forgot about that as well. Let's talk shit about it.
I need this win more
That's
than
a big
you.
W for you.
You don't need this.
Oh, I need it. I need every win.
Do you?
Playoff positions.
Where are you
in
at?
The last spot.
Are you in the last place?
Yeah. No, in playoff position. I have a playoff spot.
Do I?
No.
How bad am I?
What are you, 4-4?
I'm 4-5. I'm 7th in the league.
I'm 5-4. I'm 6th in the league. This is a huge game.
Well, I'll tell you what I have. My team name is Locker Room Leaders, and I've got a lot of them.
Do you? Let me hear some of your locker room leaders.
Andrew Dalton. Uno.
LRL.
Matt Forte. Andre Ellington. Michael Crabtree, not as much anymore. Bernard. You know what? I could get some more leaders. I picked up Adrian Peterson, locker room leader.
Is he going to play?
And he's going to be back once he gets past the... I picked him up. Nobody else picked him up.
He might play this Sunday is what I'm saying.
No, they have a bye week.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
He might play next week, though, which would be beautiful because I just picked him up. That's crazy.
Pick him up today?
Yeah, nobody else did. I got the waiver on him. Holla. But, yes, I'll be playing you. What I'm saying is I need this more, and as a brother, can you just kind of...
Not start Peyton Manning?
You got Peyton Manning?
Oh, yeah.
I see him having a bad
And you
week.
know who...
You're lucky Brady's on a bye. That's all I'm saying.
Tom Brady?
Yeah.
I have Peyton Manning.
I'm saying I have Tom Brady. He's on a bye.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's on a bye, so...
You're lucky.
Yeah.
He's been killing it for me lately.
Either way...
Last week, how would that have worked out?
Last week was last week.
Brady's been killing it. Dalton, though, you won't be mad when Dalton beats you, will you?
Well, he's not going to beat Peyton Manning, but...
He'll sneak it in. I'm calling 2 running touchdowns, 4 passing.
Oh, my God.
Huh?
First of all, I would love that.
That's
what I hate about fantasy.
That's the best
thing. That would be
thing,
amazing.
Yeah, you're like, God
if he had 2 rushing touchdowns and 4 passing touchdowns, that'd be incredible.
But yeah, Andrew Dalton is going to lead it. You're lucky also Giovanni Bernard is out this week. I have Giovanni as well. He's out. You're hitting me on a pretty brutal bye week. I'm not going to lie.
Well, you seem to be making a lot of excuses.
No, I'll still get you.
You've painted this whole picture of...
Well, I'm just looking at the team right now.
Yeah, you're going to lose.
I got my defense on a bye. I had to pick up a kicker. He was on a bye.
Yeah, no, excuses. More excuses.
What are you? You're dog shit. What's your team name?
Oh, go ahead and look it up.
Turner's Burners?
Why don't you go up a matchup on Fantasy Cast?
What kind of name is that, Turner's Burners?
It's a hell of a name.
Doesn't even make sense.
Who started? Go ahead and read it out.
You don't even smoke weed anymore. You got AJ Green.
Mm-hmm.
And Peyton Manning. And Jason Witten. Oh, you got nothing going on. This is dog shit. You know I'm projected to win.
Are you?
Yeah, when I put my kicker in.
the best. When I edit my lineup, you're gonna lose.
Well, I was projected to win with Giovanni, but they just ruled him out today.
Well, I've also been projected to lose my past 3 weeks, and I've won my past 3 weeks.
Well, you seem like you've got a very resilient team, and I hope you get.
You know who I need to help me out is Adrian Peterson, because Cordell Patterson would. I've been holding on to him, hoping that things would.
I keep holding on.
Yeah, been hoping that things would work out, and they have not so far.
Yeah, fantasy's tough. Fantasy's the other thing that makes me stressful on Sundays. It's a whole thing. Let's move on, though. We've talked sports too much, probably, but
I saw a movie this week. I think you did too.
Yeah, but we both saw the same film this week, and I think we were both moved in a positive way.
Absolutely.
We both saw the new Michael Keaton film, Birdman.
Michael Keaton, Edward Norton, Emma Stone, Zach Galifianakis,
Alejandro Iñárritu.
Yeah, Naomi Watts. Great cast.
Fantastic cast. Probably I would say, one of the more enjoyable movie experiences I've ever had. Even
it was awesome.
It was like no other movie I've ever seen. Is that fair to say?
Yes, I've never seen anything like it. But not like I don't want people to think like. I don't want to build it up too much because I've had people build things up and it's not that great, but it is. It's different from anything I've ever seen because
I think it's fair to say.
It's like shot. The way it's shot is a lot of one-shot form. Now you can tell. Obviously, the whole movie is not shot in one shot.
Well, you never saw Cloverfield. It's exactly like Cloverfield.
It's nothing like Cloverfield.
I'm kidding.
But
it's found footage.
It's like Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, it's a found footage rom-com.
It's all one shot. Not one shot, but it feels that way. The way they shoot it.
Yeah, they shoot it in a way where it feels like it's all.
It basically
one
stays
sequence.
in this Broadway theater. A lot of the movie is shot there, and almost all of the movie.
St. James Theater.
Yeah, in and out of hallways and in through doors and out on stage, leaving stage, going up on the balcony. It's awesome, and Michael Keaton is absolutely phenomenal in it. And so is Edward Norton.
Edward Norton is great.
Everybody's in it.
Galifianakis is in it. Yeah, it's fantastic. It was. I think that the director might get nominated.
There you go. Explain a little bit about what the movie's about, if you could.
So the movie it harkens in on Michael Keaton's character, who is a guy that was an actor in Hollywood and really famous for portraying Birdman, who is this fictitious superhero. Mm-hmm. And
similar to, in real life, Michael Keaton being Batman 20 years ago.
Yeah, the movie is so inside itself. There's a story within a story, within a character development of a real character development. It's like you're watching these people. It's really just a very uniquely and well-written movie. And yeah, it's almost like you could even say it's a movie about is the character just portraying Michael Keaton? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the other character that was the second leading actor is Edward Norton. He was the Hulk, and now he's not the Hulk anymore. And so it's almost like, was he purposely cast? Probably. Is he also fantastic in the role and probably the perfect?
God, he's so good in that role.
He's so good. Edward Norton's great in it.
Michael Shiner, is that his name in the movie?
Michael Shiner is his name in the film, and then Regan Thompson is.
Regan Thompson.
It's such a good movie, and it's so different. It's just really good, and if you don't go see it, you're missing out on one of the. It's just a very refreshing movie, because at the same time, about all those things you're talking about, they're blowing up the perspective of Hollywood and how it's all based on having being attached to a Marvel character right now and all this shit like that. So they're talking about that, but they're also talking about everything.
Yeah, and he's also also a father. He's an ex-husband. He is. Yeah, and he's talking about his relationship with his daughter when he was Birdman and she was growing up. Was he there? Was he? It's
and
crazy.
They're talking about the power of social media.
Yeah,
and if you are even a human being, if you don't have social media, it also has a second title, which was interesting. Which was something about the ignorance, the power of being
the importance
ignorant.
of something.
Yeah, it's something about the importance of being ignorant. And
it's not the importance of being ignorant.
It's just fucking really good. And Birdman, I would give it three thumbs.
My Birdman experience was kind of weird. I was not scheduled to work at Olive and Ivy on Monday morning, and I picked up the shift at midnight. And so it got approved to be picked up, so I was going to work this shift for this girl, Jordan, in the morning on Monday morning, and I went to go work, and she's there. She's working, and I'm like, what are you doing? What's going on? Why are you here? I'm supposed to be working. And she's like, oh, I didn't check. I guess I just thought nobody picked it up because nobody picked it up last night.
Right.
And so I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at the bar, and she's setting it up. She's like, I'll stay, or you can go home, or you can stay. I don't care either way. And I'm looking, and I'm like, I'm going to go. In my head, I was like, I'm going to go see Birdman.
Right.
I was like, all right, you know what? You stay here.
Yeah.
And I went. It was a noon showing at Camel View right there by Fashion Square. Yeah. It was great. A bunch of old people. I got a whole large thing of popcorn to myself. I'm not going to lie about that, dude. I got that buttered in thirds.
The unexpected virtue of ignorance.
There we go.
Great. Apologize for interrupting.
That is the...
you said it while you were saying, I got it buttered in thirds.
Yeah,
did you do that?
The unexpected importance of ignorance. That's what it's called.
Unexpected virtue of ignorance.
The title of the movie is Birdman or
The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. And because it's defining love. They talk about the themes in it are fucking great. There's symbolism throughout. It's a fucking great movie. And I know we're talking a lot about it, and you're like, oh, they're giving it away. They're not giving shit away. It's so good. It's just different.
You have no idea.
It's really like fucking just very... afterwards, it was like, that's a fucking movie.
Yeah, I did. I walked out, and it was like the guy that opens the doors and holds the doors when you go out. He looked at me like, yeah, right? You fucking out, because everybody's walking out like, God damn, that's so good.
Dude, that was...
You don't need to know anything about it. Just go see it.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
Go check it out. And you know what was so refreshing about it is because it's a movie that takes chances. It's not fucking... there's so many movies out right now that are just, sequels. It's almost a movie that is also just throwing out the fact that, hey, this is how you can make movies, Hollywood.
They're talking shit.
You can actually make movies that matter and that feel and that you fucking have real things going on in it, as opposed to just fucking throwing out 3 movies about some superhero that don't mean anything to anybody.
They got it planned for the next 8 years. I hate it.
It's just fucking bad.
I like it and I hate it. I'm going to go see those movies.
The thing is,
I'm
going to see it.
Yeah.
I'm going to see every one of them. I love The Last Captain America. And goddamn, I can't wait for the next Thor.
Yeah.
But it's like,
it's tough.
It's a real movie, though. It's like a movie we watched earlier this year, too, that was probably the only other movie that was as good as this year was Boyhood.
Boyhood was
really good, and it was different.
Totally
right?
forgot about Boyhood.
Birdman is very much like just that rewarding and that enjoyable movie experience.
Birdman
different,
was great.
And you feel all the emotions. You laugh in it. You could fucking cry if you need to. It's
I
fucking sad at a couple points.
There were parts where I was by myself, and
I went solo dolo,
and I was laughing heartily numerous times. Keaton had me laughing. That's the best. I just love Michael Keaton. He's to me, he's almost like, he's not in the same way as Denzel, but I like watching him. He makes me as a person, like, I feel like he's just being himself. He's being all these different. He's a really good actor, and I love Michael Keaton.
He's a great actor, and he's great at just bringing out a lot of different things. He can be very serious, but man, can he be fucking funny or what?
Yeah.
He came up stand-up comedy?
Yeah.
I didn't know that until recently.
Yeah. And he's and Norton. I can't say enough about Edward Norton. He was awesome.
Norton was great in it.
Really good.
And you know
Up
who
there
didn't get
smoking
enough
cigarettes? What did he say? You know what was a good line? They're at one point they're playing Truth or Dare, and he won't take dare. He won't do a dare.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, you're such a pussy." And he's like, "The truth is always interesting." Yeah. And that is true. When you're playing Truth or Dare, sometimes you're like, "Hey, truth is not that bad." Everybody's like, "Dare, dare, dare." Edward Norton hit it right.
The dialogue in the movie was really good.
Great movie. Go see Birdman.
Naomi Watts could have been in more, but she was good.
She's Did you find her as a smokescreen? She's pretty hot.
Smokescreen.
Smoking hot.
She's very hot. I love Naomi Watts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great fucking movie. Birdman. Go check that out. Turner Brothers are giving it 4 thumbs up.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm putting my toes and pinkies up, too, for this one.
I wanted to put something on Facebook, but you went ahead and did it.
You know I did it. Yeah. Other things that I watched this... You know what I watched this week that I think... And I tried to get you to watch it. You probably watched about half of it.
Yeah.
Is this documentary, and it's coming with an MJT suggestion as well as a JT suggestion. It's on Netflix right now, and it's called Milius. And it's about somebody that I didn't know enough about. And I actually had... Honestly, I don't even know how I came across this documentary. I don't even know why I started watching it.
You texted me the other day and said watch it.
I think I was just going through... Maybe it was a suggested one. It might have been.
That happens.
And it was Milius. And this guy... Well, you know who he is. You can describe who John Milius.
Yeah, he is a screenwriter, director. When he was coming up, he was thought to be the guy. And he was coming out of USC with a lot of guys like Coppola, Spielberg,
Lucas,
all those huge directors.
I think Coppola
from the 70s.
they met a little farther along, but yeah.
Either way, I mean, he was he wrote a ton of like from 70 to 80.
Yeah.
All the way through the 70s, wrote some of the best movies that and you didn't really know. You know what I mean? You didn't.
He is a guy that you look back and he made
Like Dirty Harry?
He brought dialogue that had never been heard before on film.
Right.
And yeah, he did the one that got him into Hollywood was Dirty Harry, and
because no one was writing like that. No one was saying
how Dirty Harry spoke.
The
dialogue
lucky?
just jumped off the page, and it was like, you know, anybody could have said it. Obviously, Clint Eastwood was the perfect person to say that. But they, you know, yeah. Do you feel lucky, punk?
Do you?
That's
that's crazy.
That shit.
And no one was, and I remember our dad talking about, we would always watch like AFI's 100 Greatest Moments in Film or stuff like that. And Dad was always good at describing when he saw it. Like he was like, I'm telling you, man, like when you saw it, like nobody was doing that. I remember him telling me about Star Wars, and he was like, I can't. He was like, he saw it, and then he was like, and no one. I imagine I love Star Wars, so when I remember him telling me like I'd never seen anything like that. Yeah. No one had ever seen anything close to it. He was like, it was over, and I was like, we're watching it again. I'm not moving. And he watched it again. And that'd be pretty cool to experience those the first time. And like Dirty Harry, he said, like, nobody was doing that.
It's almost
and
probably,
I didn't know it was John Milius when he told me that.
Star Wars is probably, I guess, our version of that, unfortunately, is probably Avatar in the way that it was shot and in the way that it was like, oh, fuck.
It was pretty mind-blowing. Or Matrix, maybe.
Matrix was crazy, yeah.
Matrix, I'd never seen anything like that.
Switched the game up.
I remember I was like, damn, this is cool. I just remember thinking it was cool. When he did the gun thing, I mean, I know it's been a long time, but that was cool when it happened the first time.
That was, the things like that. But Milius was more of a guy that did the dialogue, and he was more of he could just bring out the importance of a whole movie in a very concise speech, maybe. So cool things that he did. The coolest stuff that I noticed, I never even knew John Milius was a part of, was that Robert Shaw speech in Jaws. Spielberg has the meat of this. The movie is pretty much, he's got the idea what he wants to do, and him and Spielberg and Lucas, they used to all collaborate a lot on everything. And uncredited, but they were all, when they were making those movies, it was all Third Encounter and stuff like that. And Spielberg reached out to John Milius and he said, I got this thing, this Robert Shaw is going to say this stuff, but it's only like 2 paragraphs. And he's like, it's just got to be more. There's got to be more to it. And he comes back with 10 pages of dialogue. And it turns into that speech that Robert Shaw gives. And what is it, like maybe the middle? It's a very important moment when he talks about the war
I haven't
and
seen Jaws in a long time, but I know
but
exactly
yeah,
what you're talking about.
yeah, and that's kind of that thing
Yeah.
in Jaws where everybody knows, and Richard Dreyfuss
He's looking out in the water,
Richard
and
Dreyfuss is in the back,
and at
like,
the end, and then you see his fin come up.
And Milius, he said he gave him 10 pages of dialogue. Spielberg said he gave him 10 pages of dialogue, and maybe 30 minutes later, he had all that. And
Some people are just...
And Robert Shaw was like, I can't do all this, and so he cut it down to 5. But that was, and if you could argue that that's the most important moment in that film, and one of the most iconic films ever. Other things he did, Apocalypse Now.
It's crazy, man.
Napalm in the Morning. He's got these things.
Nobody talks
Those
like
little
that.
dialogues where
Who sits down? When I saw that for the first time, I was like, "Who the hell leans down and says, I love the smell of napalm
What
in
is
the
it?
morning."
Charlie don't surf.
Yeah, get out there. And he says, "Music." And he's like, "Yeah, these slopes ate it." He gets very racist, but Duvall's that character's incredible, and I didn't know that he wrote it for a long time, and then I thought it was Coppola, and to find out it was him, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he did that. So much cool stuff too. He was involved in, Hunt for Red October. He made a couple of movies too. But the interesting aspect of the film is that this is a guy that fucking crushed Hollywood, and they never really. And you could ask a million people. I'm sure they all got different things, but he felt like he was blacklisted from Hollywood because he was so right winged and very pro, guns and things like that. And Hollywood isn't like that. People wouldn't make his movies anymore. And meanwhile, this guy had fucking things. He made Conan, and Red Dawn, I guess, was the one that he made, which is cool because Red Dawn is still a fucking movie. We just remade Red Dawn. That's how important Red Dawn is. It was a movie that, everybody in America is thinking, what if there was a war on our soil?
Crazy.
That's the idea of the film. There's never been a war on American soil, foreign
war, yeah.
War on
There
American
was the Civil
soil.
War.
And let's fucking have it happen. And after that, I guess he kind of tapered off into Hollywood non-existence. And they think that it was because of the hoopla behind that. It's an interesting documentary about probably one of the more interesting guys that I never knew about.
It's good to find that. It's good to figure it out.
A little hidden gem.
Yeah. I'm into it.
And Scorsese had some nice things to say about him.
I'd like Scorsese to, at the end of my life, have some things,
Have some
nice things to say about me.
Millie is still alive, trying to produce Genghis Khan.
I'm into it, dude. I'm rooting for him.
Rooting for him too. But either way, that's all the time we have this week. You got any closing thoughts, John?
Closing thoughts. Well, I'm planning your birthday, buddy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we gotta go Thanksgiving.
It's November, man. You're only 20 days away, about 3 weeks out, man. You're gonna be 20. You're gonna be 30 years old, dude.
I'll be 28.
No, you won't. I'm gonna be 28. You're gonna be 30. No, but you excited, dude?
About my birthday?
Yeah, it's coming up.
I never really get excited about anything.
Sure, you do.
Do I?
Yeah. We all do.
The Lord of the Rings trilogy really got me jacked up.
I just read a whole thing on that. I'm excited about that.
The Hobbit, you mean?
Yeah, The Hobbit. Well,
I remember
Battle
the
of the
last
Five
time I
Armies.
was really excited was when I saw the first Lord of the Rings and realized in 2 years the greatest movie ever was going to come out.
The first
Return
one,
of the
yeah,
King.
you're
You're
like,
like,
oh,
oh,
my
fuck.
God, here we go.
That's probably the last time I was really excited.
But no, I love
or
everybody.
when Stone Cold Steve Austin
That glass
came
broke.
out. Yeah. Closing thoughts from me. God bless the Cincinnati Bengals, and they're going to go ahead, hopefully take care of business against the Browns for the Battle of Ohio, first Battle of Ohio for the year. Obviously, there's always two. And I want to say from deep down in my heart, fuck Notre Dame and everything they stand for. I am both Irish and Catholic, and I'm going to be hating myself before kickoff.
I agree. I'm rooting for
ASU, we need this win.
ASU.
Arizona State needs this win so bad. But I guess to close it out, I know we opened with the soothing sounds of Michael McDonald. Why don't we just close it out with more Michael McDonald? I think if you're ready for it, this is the Doobie Brothers classic hit, and actually on the album is the track before minute by minute, which you heard earlier. What a fool believes.
Play it, brother. Play it out.
All right.
So play us out.
God bless and good night. We love you all in very weird ways.
Hey, you're listening to another show on the 4Odd Radio Network. For more shows, you can go and check out 4oddradio.com. Alizé.